Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back for another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. Okay, so there's something rather serious that happened yesterday with regards to my YouTube channel that I need to address. I take no pleasure in having to do this today. Not gonna lie, I'm pissed off, I'm irritated, and I'm frustrated. That being said, I'm going to try my best today to explain the situation in a rational manner, and I'm going to try to handle this in a productive and somewhat, granted, very somewhat, mature manner. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to my Rumble channel if you enjoy my content, because there's a very real possibility that at some point I could get banned off of YouTube, and there was something that happened yesterday that made that very clear to me. I don't usually do this, but today I'm going to be reading from a prepared transcript. I wanted to write down my thoughts this time so that I can accurately explain what happened and my thoughts about what happened. Okay, so let me start off by addressing what exactly transpired yesterday. So yesterday morning, I woke up to an email that told me that one of my videos had been removed from YouTube because they claimed that I was spreading medical misinformation. In that particular video, I was telling you guys a story about when me, my mom, my sister, and my brother were going out to the movie theater to watch the new Matrix movie, but I ended up not being able to see it with them because the movie theater was requiring people to show vaccine cards to get in, and I am unvaccinated, so I wasn't able to get in. During that video, I explained why I thought that it was bullshit for the movie theater to not let me in, and I was also giving my honest opinions about the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccine mandates. In case you guys are curious about that video, I re-uploaded the video to Rumble, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. I did try to appeal their decision to remove that video, but they still decided to remove the video anyway and rejected my appeal. So here's why this whole thing is ridiculous. At the beginning of that video, I put a special disclaimer in front of that video stating very clearly, do not take anything I say in this video seriously. Anything said in this video was said for the sole purpose of comedy and entertainment. And then, during that opening statement, I even encouraged people to visit the official World Health Organization website. Nothing I said in that video was even that controversial, but even if it was, it shouldn't have mattered because of that disclaimer that I put at the beginning of the video. But YouTube decided to completely disregard that, even though I went out of my way to cover my own ass. Now I'm going to be honest here. I am, if nothing else, I'd like to think an honest man, and I like to be honest with you guys, my viewers. I knew damn well in my mind that there was a very real possibility that that video could get removed, which again, is why I went out of my way to put a disclaimer at the beginning of that video. Again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm surprised by the fact that this happened or pretend that I wasn't anticipating this possibility. I'm just disappointed that my suspicions were confirmed. However, that being said, there's still that element of, oh, wow, okay, this actually happened. So now the question becomes, how will this affect me and my YouTube channel moving forward, and what will I do? As far as that one video is concerned, there's nothing more that I can do. I've re-uploaded it to Rumble and laughed in the faces of Susan Wojcicki and the YouTube overlords because thanks to Rumble, no matter how hard they try, they will never silence me. Now I'll explain how this will affect my content on YouTube moving forward. The short answer is that this will not affect my content in any way whatsoever. I will always stay true to myself and speak my mind no matter what, and if that means breaking YouTube's community guidelines, then so be it. I tried to play their little games. Hell, I even put a disclaimer on the front of that video in an effort to try to appease the YouTube overlords, but my efforts were in vain because God fucking forbid people actually be allowed to give their honest opinions on topics. I am done playing their games. I will continue to speak my mind as I see fit, and if YouTube doesn't like it and they decide to ban me, then fine. I'll just re-upload the videos to Rumble because, and I want to make this abundantly fucking clear to YouTube and Susan Wojcicki, I will never be silenced. Do you fucking understand me? Do you fucking hear me? YouTube and Susan Wojcicki, I will not ever be silenced. The freedom of speech is a basic human right granted to all humans, not by you, not by the government, but by none other than God himself. You are not God. Fuck you. I will not be silenced. Now, if there comes a time that I do get banned off of YouTube, which at this point is a very real possibility, I am fully committed and prepared to create content exclusively on Rumble. And if that happens, I will be personally investing money into Rumble. Now, with all that having been said, my goal is not to get banned off of YouTube. It's entirely up to YouTube whether or not they want to turn me into a martyr for freedom of speech. I am fine with dying on that hill. I am willing to sacrifice my almost 10 years of hard work that I've put into this YouTube channel in the name of freedom of speech, and that's something that I personally have had to come to terms with, and I have. And I am prepared for that. However, my YouTube channel is very special to me. It is something that I've poured my heart and soul into, and I don't want to see it disappear. But at the same time, I refuse to sell out my own beliefs just to make sure that my YouTube channel doesn't get deleted. Again, that being said, I am going to try to take steps to minimize the possibility that my YouTube channel will get permanently deleted. If the time comes when I get a community guideline strike on YouTube, as a precaution, I will still upload videos, but I'll upload videos where I'm just playing games without my commentary, which is something that I already do on certain videos anyway. I think that the way it works is that if you get 3 community guideline strikes within 90 days, then your channel gets terminated. So again, just to be on the safe side, if I get a community guideline strike, I'll still produce content. It will just be stuff without commentary since YouTube doesn't seem to appreciate it when I speak my mind. Now I'd like to address YouTube as a company and Susan Wojcicki. Does anyone remember what YouTube's original slogan was? It was, YouTube, broadcast yourself. And let me just say, holy hell have they strayed far from that. I want to make my overall thoughts about YouTube and Susan Wojcicki very clear. YouTube and Susan Wojcicki only support freedom of speech when it suits them. They don't give a fucking shit about their content creators. They seem to have forgotten that they would be nothing without the millions of people who create content on their platform. Susan Wojcicki, you are a soulless corporate piece of dog shit, and you have taken what was once a great platform for people to share ideas and express themselves, and you have turned it into a place where facts and the truth go to die. You have ruined what was once a great platform that was worthy of the people that created content on it. Also, you know, from a business standpoint, it's not a smart move to alienate half of your potential users and creators. And I know what some of y'all are thinking out there. You're thinking to yourselves, well, Multistep, you expose a lot of conservative ideas and stuff. Yes, but I have always openly welcomed people to challenge everything that I say. 100%. I believe in rational discourse. 100%. That's why when people have challenged me on Twitter, I've risen to the occasion every fucking time. Every fucking time. I am willing to have rational discourse and rational discussions about different topics. 100%. I welcome anyone to this YouTube channel. This channel is first and foremost a gaming channel. This is not a politics channel. This is a fucking gaming channel. I welcome people of any race, ethnicity, creed, sexual orientation, gender, whatever the hell. I don't care. What I care about at the end of the day is, are you a good person? I try my best not to alienate people. I have the right to speak my mind, and you're goddamn right I fucking will. I will speak my mind. But at the same time, I welcome everybody on this YouTube channel, regardless of what your beliefs may be. And you may vehemently disagree with me, but I'd like to think that we can all come together for the common love of video games and watch an idiot like me play video games. All right, kind of went off on a tangent there, but let's get back to the main thing here. Here's the thing, too, you know, with alienating half your audience. Alternate platforms like Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey would not even exist today if it hadn't been for your bullshit censorship policies. YouTube and Susan Wojcicki are so fucking blinded by their own self-righteousness that they ended up creating the policies on YouTube that led in turn to the creation of alternate tech platforms. I'm not even going to ask for much here. I'm not even going to ask for them to reinstate my video, you know, that got removed or anything, because I already went through the appeals process and everything. However, I will say this, I do have a follow-up on that, but we'll get to that at the end. Here's what I'm going to ask for. All I want is some goddamn transparency and honesty from YouTube and Susan Wojcicki. I want YouTube and Susan Wojcicki to make a statement saying YouTube is not a free speech platform, and we do not support freedom of speech, and we also do not support the free exchange of thoughts and ideas. That's all. That is all I ask. I want both YouTube and Susan Wojcicki to come out on their social media accounts and make those official statements. Nothing more, and certainly nothing less, because that is the truth and that is honesty, and the people who create fucking content on YouTube deserve some goddamn transparency. They either deserve transparency or they deserve a fair chance to create content, because your fucking policies unfairly target only one side of the political aisle, and that is a fucking undeniable fact and verifiably proven. If you're going to have rules, that is totally fine, but apply them fucking equally, or admit your own biases. It's fine to have biases. Every single person has their own biases. Every single person has their own agenda. And if someone tries to tell you that they do not have an agenda and they are not biased, bullshit. That's what I say to that. Bullshit. Every person has biases and every person has an agenda. Always be careful of people who try to tell you that they are not biased and they don't have an agenda. Always beware of people who say that, because it is a lie and it is bullshit. Every person has an agenda. All I'm asking for, again, out of YouTube and out of Susan Wojcicki, is some goddamn transparency, and that is it. All I'm asking for. Okay, well, folks, it's about time for me to wrap this up. So I'm going to give you all my final thoughts on this whole ordeal. Basically, make a long story short, this fucking sucks. But there's not really much more that I can do. And again, at the end of the day, luckily when you get like your first video removed from YouTube, they just give you a warning at first, you know, before they start giving you, you know, actual like community guideline strikes on your channel and shit. But since that video was removed, I've used up that particular warning, so now the next time that YouTube decides to remove one of my videos, it's going to result in an actual, you know, community guidelines strike against my YouTube channel. So now I've used that up, so entering the danger zone, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, basically this fucking sucks, but there's not really much more that I can do. Again, be sure to subscribe to my Rumble channel. That way, in case I get banned off of YouTube, you guys can still watch me over on Rumble. I'm going to leave you guys with this one final thought. I came to the realization that the reason why they removed my video is because these people are cowards, and they're afraid of me, and they're afraid of what I have to say. People should be able to decide for themselves what to believe, and I have the right to say what I believe. But I think that's an interesting thought. Why are they so afraid of me and what I have to say that they felt it was necessary for them to remove my video? That's a question I would love an answer to. Why are they so afraid of me and what I have to say that they felt it necessary to remove my video? I came to that realization. These people, they're fucking scared shitless of me. And I find that to be very, very interesting. I would love an answer to that question. Why do you think that these people removed my content? It's because they're scared. And why do you think that might be? Why are these people so afraid of me and what I have to say? That's a question I'd love a fucking answer to. Alright. Well, that's it as far as that prepared statement is concerned. I will say this, though, like, to YouTube's credit. So, yesterday, I was pissed. I'm going to be honest. I was fucking pissed yesterday. I went on a fucking tirade on social media. Like, if y'all check out my Twitter, like my Twitter account, like, I went on a fucking tirade. Y'all can look up some of the posts that I made. Like, I went on a fucking rampage on Twitter. And, I called out Susan Wojcicki and, YouTube by name, calling them on their bullshit. And believe it or not, I reposted the video that was deleted from my YouTube channel. I reposted it to Rumble, and then basically made a Twitter post mocking, YouTube and Susan Wojcicki, saying, "Ha! Y'all tried to silence me? Bitch, please try again." Because y'all failed to silence me. Because y'all seem to have forgotten about this little thing called Rumble. But the funny thing is, much to my own surprise, and I will give YouTube a little bit of credit for this, much to my own surprise, the, Team YouTube actually did reply to that particular comment that I made, which I was not expecting, at all. So, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Yeah, okay, so they made a reply to my original tweet where I was kind of mocking them a little bit. So Team YouTube replied to that particular tweet saying, "Totally understand your frustration," which, no they don't. I guarantee you Team YouTube has never had to deal with a fucking community guidelines strike. So nope! You do not understand my frustration. You do not understand that I've been on this platform for 10 fucking years, okay? And y'all are making it really fucking hard for content creators to produce content, because I always have to worry about, oh, shit, what if I say the wrong thing? Is this video going to get deleted? Am I going to get deleted if I produce this kind of content? Am I going to get deleted for this? What if I do this? What's going to happen if I do this? Y'all have made it such a fucking pain in the ass to create videos on YouTube. Because God forbid I accidentally fuck up and say the wrong shit, then I get deleted. 10 years of hard work down the fucking drain. Again, that's something that I've had to come to terms with, like I said, during that prepared statement. And I have come to terms with that, but again, like I said, I don't want to lose my YouTube channel. That would fucking suck. You know, all those years of hard work, I've built up this YouTube channel from the ground up. That would suck to lose all that. That would fucking suck. But again, I will not sell out my fucking beliefs. I will not. I will speak my mind, regardless of what YouTube thinks. And that is non-negotiable. So, they said, totally understand your frustration. If you think your content was removed in error, you can appeal here so we can take another look. Then I replied saying, I already appealed it, and I literally put a warning at the beginning of the video saying, don't take anything I say seriously, and I told people to visit WHO's website for COVID-19 info, but I guess that's not good enough. It was still labeled as medical misinformation. Then they responded again, saying, thanks for letting us know. Mind confirming the result of your appeal? Also, you can share the video URL so we can take a closer look. So I did, and actually I just got a notification on Twitter. I wonder if they responded. Okay, they said they're checking the video now, so stay tuned. Again, here's the deal. I'm not expecting them to reinstate the video. I'm really not. You know, I don't have that much faith in YouTube. I will say this. I am impressed that they even bothered to respond to my, tweet at all. Again, I have a very, very small fucking Twitter page. Like, I have literally 10 followers on Twitter. I honestly hate Twitter. It's the second worst social media platform that exists, in my opinion. The only reason why I got a Twitter page in the first place is just to give you guys, various updates as to what I got going on. And stuff like that. Shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how much Twitter sucks. But yeah, the only reason I got a Twitter account is just to give you guys updates as to, what I got going on. But yeah, TikTok is definitely the worst social media platform that has ever existed. Leave it to the Chinese to come up with the worst social media that's ever existed. Like everything that comes out of China, it's a piece of shit. I'm sorry, I do not like China. I do not like China at all. I should rephrase that. I do not like the Chinese Communist government. And I'm not afraid to take the unpopular stance here. I don't like fucking China. They suck. Again, though, like I said, I should be saying I don't like the Chinese Communist Party, not necessarily the country China. Like, there's some cool shit in China, for sure, but, the Chi-Coms, the world would be a much better place if all the Chi-Coms were eradicated. I'm just saying. I'm just joking, somewhat. But anywho, yeah, like I said, though, I'm not expecting my video to get reinstated. I will say I'm impressed, though, with, I've always been impressed with YouTube's infrastructure. Like I said, I like YouTube as, an actual platform. Their infrastructure is very robust. And stuff like that. They have a very robust and solid infrastructure. It's their policies that I have a problem with, not the actual platform itself. The platform itself is, great. Does exactly what you need it to. But their policies are what I have a problem with. Again, either you believe in freedom of speech or you don't, but stop trying to pretend that you do when you don't. That's why I said I would want YouTube and Susan Wojcicki to make a statement saying that, we are not a free speech platform. We do not support the free exchange of ideas, because they don't. And the proof of that is the fact that something like Rumble even exists in the first place. There would be no need for alternate tech platforms to exist at all if these big tech platforms did not censor people. There would be no reason for places like Rumble or Truth Social to even exist if these big tech platforms were not censoring people, which they are. You know, little spoiler alert, they are censoring people. And I just think it's bullcrap, man. I just think it's bullcrap. I will say this, though. I will do a follow-up to this video if they actually do reinstate, you know, if they do reinstate that particular video, which, again, I would be shocked if my video actually does get reinstated. I will say that. I will be genuinely shocked. But if nothing else, here's the funny thing. If nothing else, I'm forcing some poor bastard at YouTube to have to sit through an hour and 47 minutes of me ranting because I was pissed off that I didn't get to go into a movie theater and watch a movie. An hour and 47 minutes. That's how long that video was. Like the video in question. That's how long that fucking video was. My longest video, literally the longest video I've ever produced in my entire YouTube career. An hour and 47 minutes. So, if nothing else, I get to live with the knowledge that I wasted, not once, but twice, because they're now looking at this video twice. If nothing else, I am really fucking glad that I forced some poor bastard at YouTube to have to sit through an hour and 47 minutes twice of me ranting about shit because I was pissed off. That is fucking... You know, that's a small victory in and of itself, and at this point, you know what? You gotta take all the small victories you can get, man. Fuck it. Oh, but yeah, fucking funny, man. You know, again, this is... You know, I'm not happy about this. I'm pissed off, obviously, that my video was removed. I think it's bullshit. You know, I believe in total freedom of speech, again, with very few limited exceptions, you know. Aside from, like, actual death threats and aside from, you know, like, actual defamation, I don't believe in censorship of speech of really any kind, to be honest. You know, let people decide for themselves what to believe and what not to believe. But everyone should have the right to speak their mind, and I genuinely believe that. Again, if people want to believe what I have to say or agree with what I have to say, that's fine. And if people want to disagree with what I have to say, that's also fine. But at the end of the day, I should have the right to say what I believe. As a basic, fundamental human right. You know, I know earlier when I was doing that prepared statement, I equated it to religion, but just as a basic, fundamental human right. You know, putting religion aside for a minute here. Every single person on this planet should have the right to say whatever the fuck they want. And that's it. That is what I believe. Full stop, period, end of goddamn discussion and sentence. That's it. So either way, we'll see what happens, you know, with this whole appeal. We'll see if Team YouTube decides to reinstate the video. I'm looking at my Twitter page again, and it looks like there's nothing there yet. So, see what happens. It's funny, that tweet that I made actually ended up gaining a lot more traction than I was expecting. Like, it actually got like over 100 impressions, which by my standards on Twitter is like really fucking good. So, yeah, kind of surprised by that, but hey, it's all good, you know. I mean, I do at least appreciate YouTube, you know, responding to me That doesn't mean that I appreciate them removing the video in the first place. Obviously, I think it's bullshit, but again, I do understand the fact that they are a private company and they are free to do what they want. Again, I just wish they would be more transparent with their content creators. I think their content creators, the YouTubers out there, deserve that much. They deserve transparency. For all the people at YouTube, just be open about your biases. That's all. Just fucking be open about your biases. Have a little fucking transparency. That's all I'm asking. Again, I'm not asking for much. I always try to be a humble guy. I try not to ask for too much. And I don't think that asking for a little bit of fucking transparency, I don't think that's asking for too much, man. I really don't. But then again, what the hell do I know, right? I'm just some stupid kid who sits around playing video games all day. It's not like I know anything. Alright, well, I might be doing a follow-up later on. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see if YouTube gets back to me or not. Again, I'm surprised they even bothered responding to my tweet in the first place. Yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Alright, well, other than the follow-up that I might be doing to this video, that is going to be it for me for today, so I'm going to get back to doing what I love, playing video games for you guys, because again, I don't like having to do these more serious videos. I take no pleasure in this. I don't enjoy doing this kind of shit. I'd rather just be sitting here playing video games, having fun with you guys, so I'm going to get back to doing that. Whether it's on YouTube or Rumble, honestly, at this point, it is what it is. I will continue to produce content on both platforms, but if I get banned off YouTube, y'all can find me on Rumble. So, because again, I will do what I do, and there's not a goddamn thing that anyone can do to stop me. So, simple as that. Alright, well, either way, guys, again, I might be doing a little bit of a follow-up to this video in a little bit, but we'll see if I do end up doing that. I'll just kind of splice the videos together. I'm not very good at video editing, so I'm going to apologize in advance because it'll be a pretty choppy transition. But, yeah, either way, that is going to be it for me for today. So, as always, everyone, stay cool and rock on. This is Multi-Step signing off.